IHSEA fans. We are back for a second game once more from the schools of Springfield Public School versus Naperville North High School. This time we're going to be looking at their JV teams facing against each other. It is incredible that fate brought them against each other in both cases today. It is me, Lorenzo Blitzbold. Joining me is my own protege, my own off-tank and main support shortly, Nick Codex.
Yes, I am all three of those things, and I would disagree with the protege part, but I'm glad to be here for today. Surely.
Absolutely. We are excited to be bringing another match of exciting Overwatch to everybody at home. Now, we're seeing again, these are some good schools. Both the varsity teams that gave us a good match earlier, and in the JV space, they're pretty good as well, right? So we're expecting a real match. Now, I heard there's some interesting stuff that goes on with Springfield Capital. So Springfield Capital actually, they employ in interesting rotations of roles, and that's what I'm most looking forward to in the upcoming match, especially when we go throughout the series. We're loading into Ilios now. What are you looking forward to here?
Well, I think both teams are going to be looking to take control over this cage area and then push onto point. I think the team that pushes on the point first, unless they have a composition that really supports that play style, they're going to be playing from the back foot there. So we want to see a team take early map control, and hopefully they can showcase some good Overwatch.
I'm hoping so as well. I do love myself some good Overwatch. Now, we're seeing some Faros, we're seeing some Hanzo. Right now, Springfield Capital is definitely looking for that spammy, that long fight damage. On the other hand, we got some comfort picks coming out. We got Vapor on the Echo, everybody really playing their best heroes, and we are going on Swanky Pants. Gonna be leading the charge on the Reinhardt as they go to meet. The two teams will be shortly meeting in case the dogfight's already starting out. Those teams filling each other out.
This Reinhardt matchup will be really interesting to watch. It'll probably decide how this first fight goes, unless this Farah can get value. This is a crazy position right now.
Osmium is in, and just as fast he is taken down, and now might be the time for a push. Swanky Fan is gonna have to be taken back from that Vapor, adding up some more damage, and there it goes. It is a quick cleanup off of that punish onto Osmium, who's going for a very bold flank there.
Yeah. In both teams' favor, though, is they both recognize the optimal positioning there. They were fighting over the right places. It's just a couple players got a little too aggressive and were punished for that. They'll live with that and move on to the next fight, and hope to turn the results a little bit more when ultimates start coming online.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. If Osmium gets two there, we're all celebrating him now as the hero of Springfield. But not gonna be the case quite yet. Naperville North still waiting, still hoping for Springfield to make a push, but they're not doing that. They're just waiting around. Time is ticking down actually, and Swanky Pants is still in the corner, and everybody's staring at each other. It's gonna be a pause actually, which makes sense. We were seeing them. They were just staring at each other. Yeah, I got confused for a second.
I think everyone, maybe some people were standing up there away from their keyboards. It's definitely not anything that we can point towards technically, but
yeah, most importantly, we must remind everybody at home, both of the teams are in the building right now.
Yes.
Both of the teams are in the building. There's a little bit of a real LAN environment to this. And you know what comes with LAN? Delays.
Yes.
Technical issues.
That is classic.
This is what you signed up if you're watching esports. You can't control the technology that we all rely on, but
no, cannot.
Yeah, so there's just some mic issues coming out on the side of Springfield Capital right now, working overtime to fix. And we got some beautiful people here at Illinois Wesleyan University.
One of the best
working around the clock.
In Illinois, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, one of the best universities in
Especially
Illinois.
for esports.
Great esports program.
Yeah. Truly terrific, actually.
Tell me a little bit about it. You're in the thick of it. You're part of it.
Well, as a member of the Illinois Wesleyan esports community, we don't always have the greatest teams, but our teams have always overperformed where they should place. that is a true fact about Illinois Wesleyan Esports. We've never had a team underperform their rankings. So
We are overachievers. Tell us about the program a little bit. For example, tell us about your student casting experience while we wait on the two teams.
Well, as a student caster, I've gotten this opportunity relatively early in my college career. I'm only a sophomore here, and earlier this semester I was selected for this job after a long application process. It's really great, terrific experience because casting will take you 2 to 3 years of pretty low-tier casting experience before you're really allowed to do anything above that. And being able to do that while you're in college and not really having to focus on having a job that can pay the bills is a really fantastic opportunity to have. And so I'm really grateful for that.
It is pretty phenomenal. We're happy to have done so. We have restarted the match. The match is restarting, is what we're getting from production. And here we are again on Ilios, but this time on well. 0-0. We're back. We're going to hey, it's me, Blitzbolt Lorenzo. Here we make Codex. And we're just going from the top. So we're well now. And maybe we'll go back to Lighthouse later. Maybe we'll take another leisurely stroll over there. But until then, we're on well.
Yeah, we're on well. And similar to White House, you want to take control of that cage early. That positioning gives you really strong control over the sight lines onto point. And it looks like with the Symmetra pick, we're going to see at least one team head over to that cage and see if they get near.
Yeah, the cheeky early rollout here on the Symmetra. I'm going to be making a swap right after too. The Echo, as the rest of the team is taking early high ground. That is interesting. And then just straight back to cage. They're going to be having that control very, very quickly.
Yes.
Springfield Capitals haven't picked heroes yet. I'm sure that right now Naperville North is
confused,
just
out of their mind,
bedazzled,
yes,
confused.
They cannot currently tab to see the other team's hero picks either, so they're just looking for them.
Yeah, and Naperville North is gonna take the fight. A full clean wipe. They're gonna take them all down and take the point.
Point control there was really firmly in the favor of Naperville North.
Yeah, absolute dominant performance so far in the first map.
Yeah. So also, just to clarify, we're having some more technical issues. I'll apologize for this. Little unlucky start to this match, but it has shown promise already to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, I'm just gonna think, the payoff will be phenomenal.
For sure.
Because it is going to start soon. It's happening. We got people working on it.
Yeah, we have
the best people, and they're all working on it. We put our smartest, most intelligent physics major on this.
We have multiple physics majors on this.
Physics majors, and they're all working at it.
Yes, tirelessly.
The heads-up problems are persisting. This was a miscommunication, so we apologize for that. As we're going back, gonna go back to lobby actually.
Yes.
So, but when the game starts,
yeah,
it'll be phenomenal.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be phenomenal. Everybody's gonna love it.
I think both teams have already shown a pretty.
What have they shown?
They've shown an advanced understanding of positional placement of their team compositions, what will favor their strengths. When you saw the Reinhardt v. Reinhardt matchup, both teams are fighting for cage early. That's something that you really look for as a Reinhardt is clearing out spaces that will allow you to advance onto your targets. And that cage is really powerful on that Lighthouse map.
Cage is powerful. Cage is powerful on well. Cage is powerful on Lighthouse. Cage is powerful everywhere.
Cage is powerful.
And in a way, we are caged animals waiting for the next match.
Yes.
On this,
going slowly rabid as we foment out the mouth, waiting for this.
Slowly losing our mind.
Crazed matchup.
You know who's not gonna lose their mind? The people at home.
Oh yes, because they have us to listen to.
Because they got us to listen to. And we love filling the air.
Yeah.
We love talking.
This is our favorite pastime, honestly. Just chatting to chat.
Chatting to chat, walking the walk.
Yeah.
And overwatching the Overwatch. Now.
That is true.
Let's talk a little bit more about Overwatch. We're all here for Overwatch.
Of course.
We love Overwatch. We are the last remnants that will actually watch Overwatch in this day and age, and we love it. And everybody loves Overwatch, except people that don't. That's few.
Yeah,
We're
I
going
don't-
back to
I can't
Ilios.
relate with those people.
All right.
anyways.
Straight going back to Ilios. Now, we saw a little bit from the competition that they're running.
Just enough to tease
We
us.
did, right, just a tiny sneak peek. And from what I was seeing, we got Naperville North and they love their Echo. Vapor was on Echo on both of those. So we can probably expect quite a bit of Vapor Echo coming up soon.
I think it's a strong pick.
Strong pick. Works pretty well with the composition that they were running as well.
Works pretty well with all compositions right now currently in the meta.
Yeah. But
It
maybe
can-
not Brawl, but
It can still fit into a brawl. I
You
think
can
we
do
saw
it.
them roll out with the Reinhardt Echo to start off.
yeah. And they did win the
And-
fight,
And it's
proving them the superior
yes.
team.
Proving their concepts work in theory and in practice.
Most importantly, the concepts that matter are the ones you're good at.
Yes, comfort, especially at a JV level, is
Comf-
arguably the most important thing you can
Comfort
play
is
into.
king. Comfort is king, which is why these games are so interesting as well, because we do get to see players less bound by the constraints of the meta.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can see a Flux High Noon without it getting really boring. And so I think we're going to see some crazy plays. We're going back to Lighthouse here.
Like we never left.
Yeah, we may, if we see, I believe it was Naperville running out with Ryan Echo.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think if we see that again, the double Reinhardt will most likely eventually come out when the Echo comes out. And that's a true classic of the game Overwatch right there. It's having two German men just run at it at the other team.
Yeah,
So,
when the rectangles touch, you know it's about to get real now.
yep.
We're seeing both teams are probably going to go. This is actually pretty interesting because they've seen each other's comms. So I wonder if they're talking in comms right now. Saying, you got to watch out. The far is going to come behind. Maybe we should throw something else, like, throw a curveball right now. But it looks like it's going to be just about the same. The Far and the Hanzo are coming out on one side. The Ryan's on both sides. We have the Echo. Maybe Osmium, you rarely get second chances in life, but Osmium's going to get another. And maybe this time the flank will be more successful. Vapor, though, definitely looking to take him down. And what a
Wow.
feed! Osmium is going to be taken down once more, but fantastic.
That's a popular
Yeah, Naperville North. Pushing them back in. This is the deadliest thing I've ever seen.
This positioning by Vapor is really aggressive, getting in the face of the opposition. He recognizes that there's not really a lot on the other team's side to take him out of the air. With a Pharah and a Hanzo Roadhog, unless they're just going to be landing God shots or a God hook, it's unlikely he'll really be pressured. So he's got free reign in the air to take these 1v1s. Oh wow, that's big kill.
Can't keep doing it like that. Vapor, and he's gonna take down Mule as well, though the trade is coming out elsewhere on the map, but Vapor keeps going aggressive. He cannot be stopped right now.
Dominance in this match already. He's just got 4 members of the opposition by himself without even a mercy pocket for 2 of those last kills. So he's clearly showing that he's a player to look out for in this match.
Yeah, gonna be making it back right there after looking for some more aggression. Osmium has flopped onto the Soldier 76 in no small part, I'm sure, to take better care of Vapor. CK is gonna go down as well as the rest of the team, and there he is, the man of the hour. Vapor gonna be pushing in with another frag onto Cloud. The team kill flashes on the screen, and Vapor is getting more than what he's paid for right now.
Yeah. I'd be interested in seeing C-Carrot maybe swap off to the Diva pick, help put some pressure on him, but it looks like he's at least committed to this Roadhog ult for right now.
Yeah, and Vapor look. Yeah, sorry, but taking down Osmium there, recognizing the first threat he's gonna have to take care of. He's running one.
A big sweep on the Albatross.
Into the shatter, gonna be taking 3 down, but Vapor's back and everybody else helping him out. And again, more and more, this game is a Vapor, so he's able to kill me 24/7.
I need a health restore. Hi. I've taken
The
damage.
fact that the sleep comes out onto the shatter there and they still manage to win the fight even with the ultimate getting
Stabilizing
canceled
system.
Heroes never
is
die.
really speaks to where they're taking their fights. They're taking these fights in small corridors where the other team really can't contest their composition. So
Yeah, Shmuel looking to make it back, gonna be taken down right there at the end, and that was a very dominant performance from Naperville North for sure. You got one more map. You got one more point here. It's going to be actually ruined.
Hey
the
there.
one map we haven't seen teams' compositions yet, actually.
Yeah, so if you're Springfield here, what's the swap? How do you deal with it?
I could have used a little
Well,
more.
that is a hard question because the Echo Roll composition, as we pointed out, not a composition you'll see oftentimes. I think the best choice you could have here would be to hard focus on burning down this Reinhardt, removing their ability to contest point, and force the Echo farther and farther back based on his team not being able to follow up.
I'll call Mickey Mouse and call me a liar because this is meta if I've ever seen it. 6-man coming out from Naperville North. This is a very, very meta composition. Very strong and fast assaults. They're going to be looking to go in as soon as they can into the front line.
Down early in this fight, that will make his team a lot more vulnerable to these soft guys. He's a big contract, but I think she will Naperville cleaning up. Vapor again on the Reaper, doing a tremendous amount of work, pushing into the spawn doors, leaving no she gets the other team.
Absolutely Vapor again on the Reaper, showcasing different picks as well, and you love to see that. Now, this one's composition is going to be looking to take a fight as early as they can. Once they take a quick fight, those more heals are going to run out. But if you manage to win the fight early, that's all that you need. And there's the Clownpox catching them on the right at the top of his climb and taking him out. And
He's getting evaluated as well. The chance situation and guys just running this.
I've got to say, Cloud Sleep has been phenomenal so far. It hasn't been quite enough to turn the tide of the fight in Springfield's favor, but we've seen him sleep a shatter. We've seen him sleep favor on a 90-degree angle, just bam, and put him to sleep. Not enough, but I gotta say, credit where credit is due.
Yeah. On the play is something that you really have to respect when you see it. It's not always been the most influential hero to have, but it's always been a hero where if you're just better than the other team, you can make winning plays with that hero. So, Vapor teleporting into the backlines though. Dangerous position. Just cleaning up the fight though.
And there he goes again, gonna be taking it down. Seek here. Still on Soldier 76. Maybe put pressure on the front line of Springfield Capital. Springfield Capital, oh, sorry, Naperville North. Naperville North more than happy to keep those pushes going. This aggressiveness is so fun to see from a spectator standpoint, especially. Naperville North now is sitting on a pretty cheap old bank there. They got the death buff. They're going to do exactly that. Triple kill.
Absolutely comes off when it's planned, when you find the flank timing. Everything worked to perfection there, and the team just absolutely disintegrated under Vapor's tender care. And that will be the first map of this series going the way of the Huskies.
Yeah, Naperville North leaving no quarter for Springfield Capital so far, and Vapor's play of the game.
I
It is
imagine
the
the
obvious
EMP
choice.
The EMP Reaper ult is always a strong contention for play of the game, and when it's pulled off that well, it's almost a game.
Yeah, the rally there couldn't quite save Springfield Capitals, and a very, very well-timed push from the JV team of Naperville North. Now, again, this is a little bit of a beatdown that we saw, but best of 5.
Yeah.
So you've got to win 3 maps before you've actually won the entire series. There is time to turn it around if you're Springfield Capitals. Again, I'm going to be asking you this question quite a bit, but what can you do so far? What can you learn from that match to try and turn it around in the following map?
Well, I think one thing that's going to be in the Capitals' favor is that King of the Hill is by far the most unique map type in this game, and so hopefully they just have some more solid fundamentals on the other map types, But at the same time, I think there's definite gaps in what the Huskies are doing that you can look to punish. It seems like the Capitals are too forward focused and they're not watching their flanks, and as a result, one man, Vapor, has just kind of taken it to their back line, and it's not going to be easy when you're playing at a man disadvantage.
Yeah, so we're going to be going into the next map soon, but until then, I'm going to be taking a short break. We'll be back very, very soon. Don't go anywhere.
you
what a movie this game has been, and what better place to continue this movie than on Hollywood. That's the second map for tonight's series selected by the Springfield Capitals. Losers are the previous map, gets to decide the next one. So what this means is that maybe the Springfield Capitals have got something up their sleeves, right? You get all the maps in the game for that mode to pick from, and they're going with Hollywood, so it's got to be something they're confident in. This is the first one that they've picked, and we'll see how that turns out for them. If you've just joined us, Naperville North High School, the Huskies are up for one map, and 0 for the Springfield Capitals so far. But, again, best of 5, still time.
Especially on Hollywood, it's a map where you can come out with a lot of unique things here, especially when these teams have shown that they're not going to be limited by the meta. They're not going to let that influence their picks. And so there's a lot of unique scraps you can pull out on Hollywood, especially on that second point with all the high ground. So I'm really interested to see what Springfield can come out with here.
Yeah, and talking about unique, you know what's unique? The role swap. So that's happened. We teased it before. Cloud, the Ana Prodigy, we were talking so much about it. Now on the Zarya, playing a tank role.
One of the hardest carry picks, by the way.
That is true. Cashew has been subbed in, playing the support role, and Seacarrot now on the damage role. It is always interesting to see. We will see if this is the key to unlock Naperville North Huskies, and they're going to be rolling out in a very aggressive brawl composition. Vapor now on the Doom Fist. Third year for him.
Reinhardt is taking a lot of early damage here. With no Baptiste lethality, that should be something they can follow up on. And they do manage to get the turn.
Yeah.
This first fight is headed for
Yeah, they're going in. Vapor, there he goes, taking down Cashew as he tries to run away from the point. Maybe they'll be looking for something more as well, but that was a very convincing first fight for Naperville North.
Yeah, and the fact that we've seen Vapor every time take arguably the most important pick in the composition has been somewhat of a worry, I would imagine, for a lot of teams. Because he's shown already that he's not afraid to take control of this match, take control of the tempo, and with that early Doomfist punch coming out in that first fight, he's shown already that he's looking for this.
Yeah, not gonna work out that well. That takes a while to go down for the roll on him before he does. 3 fragments on the way off the Springfield Capital. They're gonna be looking for something more, and nothing is what he will get. Seacarrot taking him down with a well-placed headshot on the way down from the uppercut. And now this is looking a little bit more possible, right? This is a hard choke to break for the Huskies. Now, they're going to be having to give it up. It looks like the Capital. There goes the window out for Rousey. That's all the damage, all the heals to go through that, get doubled. That is all the KG to take them down. Very, very clean fight for
that window placement. Although it's one of the fastest building ults in the game, and a lot of people think of it as somewhat of a throwaway, if you can place the window like that, then the value it gets for the entire fight duration is just so large. And if you can't come up with a way to circumvent that positioning by the window, it's just going to be a GG's on that fight. And Lock comes out here and opens up the fight.
Yeah, open and close. Vapor and Dust are actually hiding together up there on top of the scale. And went down and got a couple more picks, and there he goes. Vapor finishes it up with the pick on Cashew. 2 people that are going to be coming back from spawn. It is the Lucy and the Reinhardt. They are pretty fast.
They'll be back fast, but having the Reinhardt not be there on this recon test, it looks like they can't get the test off that. But that Reinhardt would have been huge if they didn't.
Capitals have interesting ultimates though. They've got the Graviton Surge and the Dragon Strike from under to try and maybe get one fight off here, but I saw Delta Dust hiding earlier up on top of the hill, and I think she knows that the Graviton is supposed to come out soon. She's holding that beat. And dropping that beat might be very big to that extent that we see that. Talk about there will be no combo. Darwin tosses out the Dragon Strike, gets nothing from it, and actually catches a punch to the dome, but
as a result, they have a foothold back in this fight.
Almas was actually catching Duel there as he tried to rally the team in. This spells disaster for the Capitals. They're going to be trying to invest even more. That Shatter not going to do much, but CK is getting aggressive with Groov's counterpart. Something more, but it won't be enough. Because the Capitals actually managed to repel that aggression, but they're doubling down. Naperville North is going in again. Vapor is just trying to wreak havoc in the backline. Not going to do it this time. Another flippation Matrix. Rowley is looking to make it happen again, and they're going to be pushing out the Capitals. Another pick there. And this is, this was a bit of a scrappy fight, but it's getting closer and closer to be the last fight. The start is almost on the point.
It's really dangerous at this point. The Capitals haven't managed to get a single graviton surge out the entire map, and it looks like they won't even have an opportunity to use their most impactful ult in a meaningful way. And as a result, a massive time bank has been put up by Naperville North.
Yeah,
3 minutes 41.
You know those fights, as they go a little bit forwards and back and don't know what's happening? The attacking team, if they are given the space to do so, will be pushing the cart throughout that entirety of that scrap. And as that scrappy fight happens, before you know it, they're knocking on your door, and Naperville North does exactly that. It didn't seem like there were different fights. The last point was just like a fight, and then just a long, blurry fight, and they come out on top.
Over the site, and they never really, the Capitals never really found a way to take the fight to the cart. If you can have a fight on cart for that entire duration, you'll take that. But they never managed to make it there, and as a result, they were just taking a fight without any real meaning behind it for that entire time.
Yeah, you've got to know when to cut your losses and when to actually try and push for more. Now, again, Naperville North, this is something. This is something, man.
This is definitely one of the niche strategies I was referring to at the start of this map. I had a feeling a Bastion would be in play here at some point. I'd hoped it would be for the Capitals, but it looks like Naperville North has decided that they want to do something just a little bit rude here after managing a quite substantial time bank.
Yeah, for those that aren't as familiar with Overwatch, playing Bastion is generally seen as a bit of a cheese strategy, right? If the enemies figure out how to beat it, it shouldn't be that hard to beat it. But if they don't figure it out, it is going to devastate the enemy front line, because that is a lot of damage that's coming out of the Gatling gun. If the Capitals allow them to do so, if they stay in the spaces that the back control with that much damage, but actually go for a rotate and doing so pretty well. Favorably, he wants to go and face them head first, though.
He's trying to get the Sigma zapped.
Oh, they're going up.
High ground, and it looks like they get the coordination off here. This positioning is very strong for the Bastion. Not having a direct path to connection means that he gets just pretty much fired down for free.
Yeah, the interesting thing though is that because the Bastion is immobile when it's in its third form, that means that generally speaking the composition built around it aren't very mobile either. So they've gotten too big onto the Capitol, so they can't really push that. They would have a 64 if they wanted to take it, but they can't move up quite as well and do so. But the pull, and again, the overwhelming damage coming out of the Zenyatta, the Bastion, the Baptiste, everybody, this comp, if you're in a hallway, if you're in a small choke, and they can just toss all the damage inside of it, it's going to do so much damage. And we see that again. Almost 2 minutes on the clock and nothing done from the Capitals. They can't even get any damage to get their ult.
Yeah, I think the Capitals are really going to struggle to attack onto this Bastion with the Zarya. It can be very strong against some compositions, but against double shield and a Bastion, you're going to struggle both to find meaningful damage with your beams and to mitigate the Bastion's damage in return. So that's really to find some way to outplay it.
Yeah, Coalescence comes out. That is the one ult you can rely on if you're not getting that much damage. Because if you're not doing damage, you're taking damage, and that damage gotta be healed. So that Coalescence comes up pretty fast, but nothing done from it so far. And again, the Dragon Strike, Invocation Matrix, they're being pretty economical about how they're using their ultimate. They still have quite a bit of a bank, and not the same can be said about Springfield, going for a wide rotate down into the left. Loud. Hopefully we'll be able to get this guard on third. Got pretty high charge and Vapor's gone down. This is possible.
Down means that this is a wide open fight. The Graviton Flux comes out and equalizes. Then it's on top of that. Unless they can manage to extend this brawl for 4 to 5 more seconds, it's likely going to the way of it.
So Vapor coming back. That shadow. Oh, it's going to be catching the goose. And there's the Graviton Surge we were looking for from Cloud. It's going to be doing quite a bit of damage, especially with the Coal after firing inside of it. And that Vapor's will not do enough. Vapor, though, this is a swan song. But can he actually turn it around? Looking like he can't. And the Springfield Capitals took him a little bit, but they got those ultimates. They got the flank, and they figured out the best compositions from Naperville North, and we're gonna see them flop off. Vapor's back on the Echo, Drowsy's on the Mercy. This is a lot more standard.
That was, I will say, by Springfield, their ult sequencing there was pretty superb. Using the 3-ult to draw the 10 seconds so you can get 3 tank ultimates without any counterplay means that fight, as long as it extended long enough, was just going to be theirs to win, and it did extend that long.
Solid play, probably be careful getting that early pick and sifting into it again. A Cruise is looking for them. Careful, love the rotate. They're going to be going up on the elevator. Looking for a pitch there. That Dragon Strike should clear that out as well. Clear it out it does. So just like get picked, so maybe it's going to be the one to open the back.
I would say that one paper that looks like it's just
That's about what you'd expect when they toss out those ultimates like that Bongo, the Supercharger. It's a big ultimate that they've drawn out, but still Naperville North. You know, they've got the Division Flux and the Dragon Strike, those two ultimates together. I think their combo almost as good as more traditional Graviton Surge Dragon Strike season. That's what they all
They also have the window up here too if they decide to combo that. Regardless, the Flux will do what they used to initiate when the fight. This is already the one fight. I believe it was a hit. It's kind of hard to make your way up to this double shield composition when you're already down a player at the very start. So we'll just be looking to reset here.
Down not a part of this one of last fight, maybe he can do that. Deciding to see on the fight, so some hard shots come out. Early duplicate invested, and there goes the look for a flash to stop it. Smart play, doesn't quite work out though.
Controlling the space very well, and trades with the Earth Shatter. Oh my.
He gets shattered, but still managed to pick him out. Looks like still on the Zarya, and he does Vapor. And now it's just a lonely actually someone. More than he bargained for, I reckon. And with the Kush being out, maybe Springfield can actually turn that into a bit of a push. There he goes, only 8 seconds on the clock. You have to charge in. I don't think he'll survive that actually. But Blankenman does a fantastic job staying alive there actually. There's no reason why he should be alive, but he is. This is phenomenal from him.
Doesn't even get the blade, doesn't need it though. That will be map 2 coming out of the 5.
Yeah, it is just clean up from that point on, and they take them down now. Up 2 maps puts us in a do or die situation. Vapor, there he is again with the play of the game. We've seen it. I reckon we'll be seeing that again maybe, because Vapor has been having a phenomenal match across many different picks. We've seen the Echo, we've seen the Reaper, we've seen the Doom, because, you know, kind of flexing his muscles and his flex in this type of match, but we still got at least another map or more if Springfield Capitals managed to turn it around. So please do not go anywhere. We will be back with a map 3 of Springfield Capitals versus the Naperville North Huskies. are back for the third map of Naperville North Huskies versus the Springfield Capitals. For anybody that just tuned in, Naperville North is up 2-0 to 0 for Americans.
Oh, wow.
Therefore, what that means is that one more map, and Naperville North could just close it out with a quick 30, as they say.
And it looks like we'll be going to Temple of Anubis here, so.
Yeah, Temple of Anubis, interesting map. Interesting map, you know, 2CP, it's got that cheeky aspect, fast respawns, the hard chokes and stuff like that. So maybe this is what Springfield needs to try and, you know, sneak one in, and maybe you start to mount that comeback. But Naperville North has been quite decisive so far.
They have been really decisive, and except for the times when Springfield has managed to collect a quite sizable ultimate bank, Naperville has looked completely in control of this game. So we're going to have to see quite a big swap up if we're going to want to see a change in the results here.
Yeah, and maybe that is what Springfield could be looking for again. You know, wait up, bank up those ults, and then go for the attack. It's a strategy that can be employed in this type of games, but especially in 2CP, exactly, yeah. You know, you only really need to win 2 fights if you're on attack. And you can wait for your ultimate bank from both of those fights, but
yeah, I would say on average to build an ult, it's between a minute and 2 minutes, and you're given a little, I think 7 minutes 30 seconds on
total.
PCD. So that's definitely enough time to complete the map and have time left over, even if you build all 6 of your ultimates.
yeah, Kid Arwen almost meeting his demise early on as he looks to spam Vapor quickly getting on top of him, but that Junkrat, that Hanzo, that spam kick with the tight choke might not matter because look how Roman is on the ball. Vapor's on the edge. This is a slippery comp. You can't really put it inside of a choke, and there they are, the angle. Get the belt early on.
Gets that too. That's just right. 4 on 6, and that's just almost unwinnable with the defending team.
That early pick, many angles of attack, that is actually all that Naperville North needed. Alpha's going to step in a bear trap on purpose, just to make it a little spice here, and that is a 48 second fight. Vapor is pushing forward, but the play hasn't even been unlocked.
And they just now managed to cap this first point. They are already getting picks on the second point.
They are, but the spawns are fast. Remember, after a point gets captured, the spawns are immediate for the defense. Albatross, though, that one won't be a fast spawn. He's going in pretty quickly. And Naperville North is looking to push that advantage. Vapor, Akut, all showing up on the kill feed, and Albatross is here in the battle of the tanks. He's going to be eating all that damage, though. And he goes down. But Johnson does. She's right on the cave, rezzing him right back up, and this is just a second point take. Naperville North did not give Springfield any room to breathe.
That is, that's a disappointing result if you're the Springfield Capitals. That is putting yourself in a hole, and it's going to be hard to dig themselves out of this one. It's usually it is a hard map to double complete, and setting a time like 5 minutes 34 seconds is the standard you have to beat or match it's definitely going to be a challenge for them, and it's not one I'm sure that they'll be able to live up to.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be a true test of the mental.
Oh, yeah.
Springfield, that's got to be tough. You know, you're down 2 maps, and then that fast of an offense from the side of Naperville North, that's enough to make a grown man cry. And if you put, you know, a team that was already a bit down in the previous maps in front of that, that's going to be tough to come back from even just mentally. Maybe you just give up. So Springfield, they have to rally it back together. They have to figure out the game plan. You know, nothing is over until it's over. What are we going to do? How are we going to execute it? Let's do it. If you just let go, you've beaten yourself, and that'll be that.
I will say, if Springfield can manage to even approximate that time, that will also, it's a mental effect against Naperville at that point. If you dominate a team like they have so far, just to let them back into the series, that can swing the momentum back into Springfield's favor. So we'll see how they can approach this attack. But that first shot by Goose coming out and then Baker following it, definitely not the start you were looking for.
Cornered the animals at its deadliest, but it looks like the Hunters is still Naperville North. They're gonna be taking a very quick first fight, only 30 seconds, you know. Maybe you would like this to last a little longer than that, but there's that ahead. Vapor already looking for a lot of damage here. He's gonna be coming up with a duplicate way faster than we could have thought.
Yeah.
That is not so much the case for Capital. Jared though, walking up to the tree. Cassidy, pardon me, won't have to die hard.
Yes.
Cassidy here too, taking more, put more pressure on Vapor on the Echo. And that is not
Pressure
gonna
is not
happen.
gonna affect him at all. He just walks into those backlines, or glides into those backlines, excuse me, and uses his ult and gets away with murder there. So just gonna be poking into this one a little bit. Use the ult, might as well if you have the second life there.
Absolutely, and again, we gotta think a little bit of how this is gonna be. It looks to go inside. He's less affected by the echo. He still gets shout, but you need a quick play. You need quick, coordinated plays inside of those rooms, and that's not happening. The more time it's in the open, the more time Vapor has to go down and get a quick frag. The more shots and mistakes, the longer it goes, the more shots the Widowmaker can land. And some of those are going to be on target. Quite a bit of those have been on target so far.
I think we're also seeing a little bit of a compositional difference here. Baker's found that this echo is something that Springfield don't really have an answer. They don't have the defense. They don't really have a Lucio to speed boost past his line of sight. So he's able to just take the space he wants to take and not really get punished for it at all. Character that can do much damage to Echo is always going to be a massive advantage for the team.
And Adventure sure wasn't that fight. We saw Vapor go down and just get resurrected as well. When you got that many resources put into what I think we can confidently say is Naperville North's star player. What a shot! Darwin! Maybe that might be resurrected. Don't cross the whole offense. There it goes. Right back, but that is in the middle of the corner. Not it off. To push a little further, but they go right into the flank of the Husky. And that is going to be another fight going the side of Naperville North. 45 seconds on the clock. The ultimate banks are pretty good on both. There is a combo we've been talking about.
That Dragon combo will be crucial here. Springfield really wants to get that first point, get a foothold onto this map defense.
And they go fast enough, they might not even have immortality. I think by now it's off though. So much for that, but they're going to the left. They managed to make it in. Dragon first. Dragon strike. Quick play coming out.
Comes out, the immortality. They're all one shot, but
yeah, the Doctor is gonna come out. Doctor's gonna look for red, but down, and now it's Drowsy and Vapor. Albatross though, they equalize it, and now it's anybody's fight. And they managed to turn it around. There is only 20 pants on points for the Capital, and he's not gonna do it. The overtime is gonna be ticking down. Cloud on the ball, not gonna be fast enough, and it's going to be a convincing 3-0 for Naperville North, taken this week 7 of IHSEA JV League.
That is a real tragedy of the last fight there too.
Vapor,
Like
3 for 3.
Vapor was clearly the best player in the lobby in this entire series. He was like, his will onto the game was all that. Everything that was being done was part and parcel of what his game plan was, and 64% kill participation will showcase that.
Yeah, we can confidently say Vapor, I was official chat of the match.
Official
It's going to be Vapor. Fantastic games from him coming out the entire series, and just no answer coming out from the Capitals. He just ran amok the entire time. Congratulations to both of the teams. They gave us a pretty good match to watch.
Really
and that kind of wraps it up for the week 7 of IHSEA. To recap, we saw the Springfield Capitals and the Naperville North Huskies play in both the JV and the Varsity League. So the Varsity League was a 3-0 for Naperville North. They're going to be advancing to playoffs in the following week. While the JV League is going to continue going no playoffs, just 10 weeks of regular play. So we will be back next week for more of that. This has been a phenomenal night here at Illinois Wesleyan. We have both of the teams, both the JVs and the varsities. They're in the same building in our fantastic esports facility. 5,700 square feet esports facility dedicated to building fully dedicated to esports.
Yes.
Come see it if you want. If you're in the area, if you're in Illinois, just call us up, hit us up. We'll give you a tour. And if you're interested in coming to college here, we'll be more than happy to talk about that. Had to sell out a little bit on the IHSEA stream, but with that said, that is it. It's been a phenomenal night, and I'm sure that the players I hear them screaming still.
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere tonight has been
it's been
absolutely
eclectic.
insane from both
People in
teams,
the lounge just screaming at all the plays, watching the games, watching their friends
they
play.
have really been popping off.
Yeah, this is what makes high school esports so phenomenal. The passion, it's there, and we surely saw it tonight. I'm sure that the students will continue having fun well into the night until their curfew. So It's been a great night. Thank you for joining me, Mick.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Thank you, Turf. Thank you, ABXY, for the production. And we will see you next week for some more Overwatch. Goodbye.